Hello everyone, it's good to see you again. This is Brian McCormick with MTG Rocks, and we're going to be playing Boros Feather. This deck is based around Feather the Redeemed from War of the Spark. It reads whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, you can exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So basically, if you have this in play and you cast any spell on a creature you control, you get that card at the end of your turn. So that provides some good card advantage. So we've got cards like Defiant Strike, which pumps our creatures and draws us more cards. Gird for Battle, which pumps our creatures. Sheltering Light gives things indestructible. Reckless Rage, which is a great source of removal. Rile, which draws us cards. And Shock, which we can use on our own creatures as well, which on occasion you do want to. So we have Adanto Vanguard, which is a nice creature because we can give it indestructible by paying 4 life. We've got Dreadhorde Arcanist, which is the second key piece of the deck. It combos well as a redundant effect with Feather. When it attacks, we can use an instant or sorcery card from our graveyard without paying its mana cost, and then it gets exiled. So we can use it a second time. It's like flashback, basically. So, we can use Gird again, Defiant Strike, all of these we can use again. 10th District Legionnaire is like our beat stick of the deck. It's a 2/2 for 2 with haste, but whenever we target it with the spell, it gets +1/+1 and scry 1. So, we've also got a few Gideons in there as a nice versatile card. So, essentially what we're trying to do is early, we're trying to shock like their Llanowar Elf or the little things that they play. Then turn 2, we want to drop one of these creatures. And then turn 3, we want to pump them up, make them big, or play a Feather and a Gideon. And then past turn 3, we just want to keep using all these spells over and over again on our creatures for value. But we tend to have good card advantage because Defiant Strike draws cards and Rile draws cards. So we're able to keep our hand pretty well filled. So this deck is pretty popular right now. It's one of the newest archetypes in Magic Arena and in Magic the Gathering Standard. This particular build, I believe, did 5 wins, 0 losses on Magic Online not too long ago. So this deck has potential to do pretty well. It's not just a niche deck for fun. It's also a deck that can win and advance you through ranked if you play it well. So we are going to be playing ranked on Magic Online, or on Magic Arena. Alright, so unfortunately we have all tapped lands here. And we have no creatures to use these on. However, we can draw cards if we have a creature our opponent controls. I'm going to mulligan this. I think it's a pretty bad hand. Alright, this is slightly better. Yeah, we don't want the land. Alright, so we're a little slow here. We're probably facing the mirror, actually. Alright, so Dreadhorde Arcanist is a good pickup. And I'm excited to play this deck. It's always fun to see new decks come out from new sets. Feels like it's been a while since we've had some new decks in Standard. It's been Esper and Mono Red online for forever. Since the Mythic Invitational solidified those decks. Or the Mythic Championships. I forget what they called it. Ooh, Boros Challenger. Interesting. Luminous Bonds. Wow. Did not expect that. Alright, so we'll pay 2 to play this. And drop a Feather. Yeah, it's funny. Actually, Luminous Bonds is pretty good against us because it gets through Sheltering Light. It gets through Indestructible. So we have a 10th District Legionnaire. And I think I'm gonna not pay the life. We're against kind of an aggressive deck. And let's see. So I can Sheltering Light. That's not really ideal. I think this has haste, so I'll make it bigger and draw a card. Alright, another creature seems good to me. Then I'll attack for 4. And then thanks to Feather, I'll get that card back at my end of my turn. So there it is again. So you can see, even though they Luminous Bond the Feather, we're still getting card advantage from it. So. Alright, we're down to 10. Wow. We're in Platinum ranked, but I'm surprised to see these cards in ranked. Maybe this is doing well for him. I feel like this is kind of slow. We're definitely faster here. So I'm going to play this because it has haste. And yeah, I think I'll pump this one to make it bigger. Although he has Luminous Bonds. Well, let's see. No, I'll do this one just to split. I'm not sure what his removal package is. That's fine on top. Alright, so... Alright, great. So we can kill both of his creatures now. Alright, so we'll kill this. We'll make this bigger. And this is an amazing turn. You can see the power of this deck. And I'm going to shock his Legionnaire. I get the shock back at end of turn, thanks to Feather. Wow, and look at that. He's got him down to 8 now. And we get Reckless Rage and Defiant Strike back. You can see the Legionnaire doing a lot of work. Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll attack for the game. Alright, so we got the answer for that. Don't really care about that card. Gideon seems good, but we should win right now, so. No reason to cast anything else. Alright, and we won. So I'm interested if anyone else has played any new archetypes, any decks that they like that sprung up from more of the Spark. We did playtest, let's see, a Mass Control, which is a black-blue build. And I think Grixis Amass could be a good deck as well with Enter the God Eternals. But I'd be interested to see what decks you've been running that are new from more of the Spark that are doing well. And if you'd like us to playtest them, we can playtest them as well on the channel. Just let us know. Alright, so this is fine. We have a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Now, one of the problems with this deck is that it is kind of creature light. So you have to be careful with your creatures. And make sure you get one in your opening hand, because if you have all spells, then you're just going to lose. Scary Terry, what you gonna do? Here's Succession. Color me surprised. Alright, well. If he's any good, he's got a Takedown or a Spell Pierce in his hand. So, let's see what to do here. Well, I think I'll pay, so I have the option of doing other stuff. Well, really, I plan to play Reckless Rage twice this turn. I guess I'll pay just for more options. Alright, so I'm gonna lead with this. The reason I play my land first is I don't want to lose to a Spell Pierce. So when I attack, I'll get to use this again. So the problem is if he has takedown, then I can't use it twice. Alright, so that worked. And, alright, so what I'll do is I'll Gird for battle. And I don't think there's any reason to give it indestructible versus his colors. So we're going to use Gird for battle again. And again, this is why I paid the 2 mana for Sacred Foundry. Or, well, actually, yeah, I forgot. But I do have Sheltering Light. So I don't have to pay the mana. It's not like Feather. Alright. But I do have the versatility of using Sheltering Light, but I don't think I need to. So now we've got a 3/5 Arcanist. That should be kind of difficult for him to handle, unless he has a Djinn. And we dealt with 1 Curious Obsession, so I think we're fairly well positioned right now. Ooh, and we get a Feather. Alright, perfect. So, I'll play Feather first. Alright, so I think we'll get to showcase some nice synergy this turn with Feather and Dreadhorde. Alright, so we'll use Reckless Rage. And target the Siren, and then we'll target Feather. Alright. And look at that. Reckless Rage goes back to our hand, even though we cast it with Arcanist. So that's pretty sweet synergy between the two. Alright, Tempest Djinn. Thankfully we can Reckless Rage that. Ooh, and we have... Fortunately, this doesn't go to my graveyard because of Feather, so I won't be able to use it twice with the Arcanist. So I could play... I think... So if he has Takedown, the Rage will fail. But if he has Spell Pierce, then I want to play it now. I think I'd prefer to make my 10th District Legionnaire better. Another Feather. I don't think he's gonna kill my Feather with mono blue. Alright. It's legendary, so we don't want that. Ooh, wow. Wow. He did not have anything. Okay. So we're gonna pump this up. Pump it up. Alright. Perfect. Wow, this deck is just too powerful. Look at that. Mono blue has no chance of winning that game. You see, he just doesn't have the answers to how big our creatures get. You know, Curious Obsession is 1 card advantage a turn. The Boros Feather is like, all of my stuff just keeps coming back, you know? It has way more card advantage than just a Curious Obsession. And our creatures are generally bigger other than Jin. Alright, so little mana screwed here, so I'll mulligan. Would be a good hand if we had the second land. This is playable, although the second feather is a little annoying. Alright, and we're playing the mirror. So either way, this deck wins this game. Alright, so we did get a good 2-drop. Oh, okay. No, we're playing against Drowned Catacomb. So Esper. Augur of Bolus. So it makes our next turn attack with 10th District do nothing. Alright, I'll still play this. No reason to attack. So next turn I can play Feather or Arcanist and Gird. My plan is to play Feather. I could have also played Arcanist that turn, and then my next turn play Legionnaire and Gird for battle, and then with both of them pumped, attack, and then use Gird again. Yeah, I think that would have been a better play, knowing that he thought Erasured last turn. Alright, we'll go ahead and play Feather. Setting up for a good turn next turn. I may have Kai's Wrath. Alright, he doesn't. That's good news for us. Alright, so you could play Gideon, but this is what I prefer to do. Alright, so it gets countered, but we still get the counter on 10th District Legionnaire. Alright, so... Ooh, alright. Yeah, I'll do this. So we got 4 in. Then we'll play Arcanist. And we'll get our cards back. So we've got Gird for battle in our graveyard. He doesn't have Kai's Wrath this turn. We're pretty good, I think. Alright, so... attack for both, use Gird, and I'll get that back thanks to Feather. Alright, and we'll Defiant Strike on the Arcanist. Another Feather. Not what we want. Defiant Strike again. Alright. I suppose we should have Defiant Strike down the feather. Too concerned about the card draw, which is what I wanted. My mistake. Alright, so we've got Feather and Dreadhorde. Let's see. So we can play another Feather on our turn. Or Gideon. Fortunately, we're choked on white mana. So I'm gonna get that Defiant Strike back again. No more white mana. Oh well. Alright, well we got 5 damage in there. Alright, so he scoops. We could have played that game better for sure, though. I think this deck is pretty forgiving, though. The main thing is just making sure you have a creature out. I think deploying all your creatures would be the biggest mistake you can make. Without a Sheltering Light as a backup. This hand seems reasonable. But want to kill the Firebrand. I think I'd rather kill one of his cards than play the Guildgate. Oh, do you play Law Runner main phase 1? I don't know. I kind of want to kill the Firebrand because I don't want him to light up the stage. I feel like he has a shock here. Alright, so if he has Wizard's Lightning, I don't want him to use that with Light Up the Stage on his turn, so I'm just going to kill it now. Otherwise, on his turn, if he had Light Up the or if he had Wizard's Lightning, he could cast it, then light up the stage and draw cards. Steamkin is fine because we'll be able to kill it with Reckless Rage very shortly. Alright, so he could have Shock, so I think I'm fine with Shock happening. Do another Arcanist. I think I'm fine because I have one in hand. Alright, we pretty firmly ahead now. Because we have Arcanist back up with a Gird for battle. If he doesn't kill this turn, then we're in really good shape if Gird the battle resolves. No. Alright. Well, we still have the Arcanist. Alright, so we're gonna make it bigger. And I don't want to block. Well, I mean, now I could, but I wouldn't block if he waited to play Chain Whirler. Alright, so we'll shock that. Man, this deck is crazy. Why would you play mono blue when you can play a deck like this that's based around small creatures? It's like everything works together so well. Not sure who made this deck the first time, but they deserve some credit. Alright, so we'll Gird. Getting bigger, harder for our opponent to deal with. I'll have to burn 2 spells on him. I would like some non-land cards. So. Alright, Gird is fine. Great, so we won that as well. Man, this deck is good. When I first saw this, I thought it was jank. Like the first time, I was like, what is this? Feather? This is just some homebrew for fun and ranked. But I've lost to it quite a few times. This seems fine. Mono red, okay. Will. Alright, do I want to shock as a lava runner? Yes, I do. Again, for those who say, why do you do it now? It's because I don't want him to play Light Up the Stage and Wizard's Lightning, particularly Light Up the Stage on his turn. Also, I have a backup shock if he plays something better. Alright, in this position, let's see. I kind of do want another permanent, or another land before I play 10th Street so I can Gird it right away, or Reckless Rage. So in this position, I'm happy if he uses Light Up the Stage and land, but I'm probably going to shock his creature before combat regardless. Okay, no, he plays Legion Warboss. Alright, so. Yeah, we should have done that before combat. Misclick there. Alright, we'll play 10th District and see if we can race him. Alright, so we've run out of creatures. We weren't able to play Feather. Yeah, and against Experimental Frenzy, we probably lost this. We do have a Gideon next turn, so maybe there is a little bit of hope. Alright, so I'll do this now. I don't want too much damage on Feather during my turn. Alright, so I think we could come back if he bricks on his turn because we've got Gideon and we can give Feather lifelink. I'll take it. I don't want him to lightning strike my Feather. Although he could benefit from spectacle cards. Yeah. Alright, so we've got Gideon.
This is a prime day for justice.
We're gonna give it lifelink. And now we can Gird both of our creatures, or we can Reckless Rage to kill the Steamkin. I think I'll attack first, because if I deal damage to it and then he has a card like a Shock on the top of his hand, he can kill my Feather. Well, actually, yeah, I can do it to Gideon. Totally forgot about that. Gideon is a creature on my turn without activation. Alright. We're at 6, but he's got active Frenzy. This will be close. If we survive this turn, I think there's a good chance we could come back. Since we can use lifelink and we have Gideon again. Gideon doing a lot of work.
I believe in you, friend.
Alright, I think we're coming back this game. Yeah, we'll be at 9 life. Now we got Adanto as a chump blocker. And we could even use Gideon to exile the Frenzy. We've got Reckless Rage on our turn. Or on his turn too, we can use it. I think we want him to draw. Because he has to destroy his Frenzy and he's at 6 life. So we'll kill him next turn. Unless he kills like our Gideon and our Feather. Alright, I believe that means we win. Awesome, so we did win. Okay. Alright, so that's been the deck. I think you've seen the interactions pretty well now. Everything seems to work pretty strongly together. Feather and Dreadhorde Arcanist just have amazing synergy together. I mean, you get stuff back from your graveyard to your hand. Well, you get to play it first with Dreadhorde, then you get it back to your hand with Feather. So it's like you use it 3 times and then you keep using it for the rest of the game. Reckless Rage just seems great at killing big things. District Legionnaire just gets huge late game. Gideon really helped us versus mono red. Adanto seems good versus control. But yeah, Dreadhorde and Feather I think are the best cards in the deck that it's based around. So yeah, try out this deck and let me know what you think. I think it's really strong. I think this is as strong as a lot of other best of 1 decks. I feel like it's better than mono blue in many cases. Perhaps mono blue is better versus control, but I think in many cases this is better against all the other decks in the format. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.